The Strumica River Basin covers an area of almost 1,700 square kilometers, roughly the size of Greater Urban London. Both pollution and rising demand for water threaten the basin's ecosystem. Over the past 2 decades, urban centers have increased in size, bringing with them more intensive farming and expansion of industry. Unsustainable agricultural practices, such as excessive use of fertilizers and pesticides, and wasteful irrigation methods, have undermined water quality. Increased water consumption by industry and towns, and the construction of reservoirs have caused extreme fluctuations in water levels. As climate change brings rising temperatures and more extreme weather events, the region faces a heightened threat of droughts and floods. The basin is also, unfortunately, a highly fragile ecosystem. The basin serves as a habitat for a large variety of animal and plant species and as a source of drinking water for a population of over 120,000. As agriculture is the chief source of income in the region, the basin is vital to the livelihoods of local residents.
At the United Nations Development Program, we believe that it's time to act now to reduce the risk of flooding, to fight pollution, and to ensure that this entire region is more resilient to the threats posed by climate change. So with generous funding from the Swiss Agency for Development and Cooperation, we've launched a project called Restoring the Health of the Strumica River Basin.
With this project, we support the first effort ever of Macedonian to establish EU principles on integrated flood risk management.
With over 50 industrial facilities currently operating in the Strumica River Basin, there are plenty of sources of pollution. The project will work with local authorities to strengthen their capacities for issuing environmental permits, applying the principles of integrated pollution prevention and control.
We're working together with the Ministry of Environment and the 6 affected municipalities to introduce the most modern principles of river basin management, the most modern technologies, and the most modern infrastructure.
This approach will help reduce emissions, stimulate the recycling and reuse of raw materials, and promote the use of clean technologies to reduce pollution at the source. The project will also work with rural communities to demonstrate the benefits of small-scale, decentralized, cost-effective wastewater treatment.
Населението од овој регион се занимава претежно со земјоделско производство и тоа 80 до 90% од населението. Често сме подложни на суши и поплави.
To address concerns precisely like these, farmers will receive training that will enable them to reduce pollution and adopt more sustainable agricultural practices, primarily with regard to the use of pesticides and fertilizers. Training will be supplemented with small grants for equipment and other investments.
Rational protection of water and use of water is a crucial element that is both important for agriculture and the population. And we think that within Strumica River Basin management, we establish a good balance between both principle of protection on one side and utilization on the other side.
Improved farming practices will reduce costs for farmers and provide economic benefits for the broader community, while also having a positive environmental impact. The current system of water management is highly centralized. To ensure that the many different needs and interests in the water basin are balanced properly, a more modern system of water governance needs to be established, in line with the management plan for the Strumica River Basin.
And our goal is to ensure not only that the local population is protected from flooding, and that local biodiversity, local flora and fauna is protected from pollution, but to ensure that the thousands and thousands of farming families who depend on the river for their livelihood can continue to thrive and flourish.